wrestling history, we start off with Troy Spratley, national runner-up at 125. He's lean and long for the weight class, and he's got bear claws for hands. He told us he likes to be the first wrestler on the mat, to set the tone, to set the standard, to set the pace with his energy.
Lost to Dean Peterson at National Duels. It was a 5-4 final score. It was a last-second takedown, and Spratley hasn't scored a takedown in 2 of his last 3 matches. Gets it on a shot in the first 30 seconds.
He's right in there. He's going to work up and try and get above the knee, but he doesn't want to go around the waist. If he goes around the waist, Peterson will keep his whizzer. Moving across the body. There's the first takedown of this duel.
That was clean, Rob. That was clean. Great finish. You can see he inched his way up the hip. And look for the finish. And you got to be excited about the way the crowd is stirred up right now. When you're leading off, you want to set the tone for the match. You know, Spratley, starting at 125 pounds, knows that he wants to get the crowd started. Getting the first takedown in the first 45 seconds helps.
Just like McGill on the whistle, and Nick Grasso is on the outside officiating tonight.
Just like it's important for Spratley to start it off well, it's important for Dean Peterson to make sure that he silences his crowd who's ready to pop. It was a long line just to get in here. It's an incredible atmosphere.
Yeah, there's 2 types of mental challenges that these guys are going through. If you're the home crowd guy, right, the momentum's heavy, but also the pressure's heavy. People come out with expectations. They want you to perform. And if you're Dean Peterson, you're coming out and there's stress, there's pressure, but there's also a lot of hostility from the crowd.
Good job of keeping the pressure forward by Spratley.
Work on here, guys, work on.
Spratley, the NCAA runner-up last year, an All-American for the first time. Peterson transferring in from Rutgers, hoping to be an All-American for the first time this year. They're out on the edge. 121 in the first.
Guys, 1 caution, all right? 1 caution.
Troy Spratley, from the southern tier of New York, moved all around during his high school career, graduated from Plano West High School in Texas, started out as a redshirt with Minnesota, and has really found success here as one of the more veteran guys in what is a freshman-heavy lineup for David Taylor in year number 2.
Good change over there to get to his feet.
Still green here, still green.
And look at the pressure in the top position from Spratley. Looking for near fall here.
He needs to let go of that. He's just got to let go of that because riding time is still building.
There's wisdom there, Rob. There's wisdom there. You can try to climb up and look for the reversal, but you have to go completely hands-free in order to get your escape there and stop the riding time.
It's a good job by Peterson not getting too greedy. Now, Dean Peterson, you've seen him wrestle. He'll keep it close, and then he'll just explode at some point. And Spratley does a good job of cutting off the mat. Little steps just to get his opponents back to the outside. And he's stalking him ever so slowly, stalking, keeping him there. Just smart wrestling right here. Stall.
There it was. And taking ground wisely. Dean Peterson's got to get his butt back to the center.
And Rocket sets the tone here at 125 for the other 9 matches to see how the officials are going to adjudicate stalling tonight.
Absolutely.
And you know, Rocket, it's controlling center, but it's the half shots, the knee pounds, grabbing hamstring, reaching for the back of the knee that just puts you in a position where the referee looks like you're the aggressor. It looks like you're the guy who's more eager to wrestle.
3-1 at the end of 1. Dean Peterson and number 7 Iowa. He originally enrolled at Princeton, but then chose to go to Rutgers fall of 2021. A 2-time state titleist in New Jersey, a great high school wrestling state, one of the best high school tournaments in the country as well. Looking to reach the podium for the first time this year.
I don't know anybody in the nation that changed their hair color as much as Peterson.
And remember, Dean Peterson was razor close to being an All-American last year. And he's on the leg.
He is.
And Spratley looking Jonesy roll.
Sure is. That's a tight situation to be in if you're Peterson. He's going to try and limp arm. He's trying to slide that out, and once he does, he went to chase it. But the good thing about it was Peterson got in on the shot.
That's right.
And this is similar to that other match that they had before.
Peterson hanging around, keeping the match close, being within striking distance.
He's got a circle. He can't keep going back. He's got a circle.
Already one stall warning. They're out in the action on
Some
the edge.
extracurriculars right there.
Cue.
After the whistle.
For him in the second period.
That was a constant theme from talking to several guys today, whether it was Jax Forrest, whether it was D. Lockett in the Oklahoma State room this morning. Guys who felt like they left points on the table back at national duels.
At this point, Spratley has got to continue to attack like he's doing. He can't let Peterson hang around. And Peterson's got a circle. He can't continue just to try and hold position. He's got a circle to get in.
Yeah, that's right. And you know what, here, Peterson's going backwards, but he's also initiating some of the contact and some of the attacks. I believe the shot count is 2-2 right now, and Spratley is taking ground, but not really taking a whole lot of attacks. Lots of pushing from the collar tie and thumb block position.
Spratley's attacking the right leg of Dean Peterson.
If you're Spratley, you're continuing the push, though. You're working hard for that second stalling call. That changes the dynamics of the match, making it a two-score.
Crowd fired up. We start the night with 2 top 10 matches. And no surprise to see the Big Ten atop 125 with 1 and 2 there.
Watch the claw ride of Spratley. Goes right underneath. Claw right there. Claw and goes to the inside thigh pride and keeps the pressure forward.
And he's got riding time 1:20 and
watch it,
counting.
He's got that reinforced bar there. Nice switch. Spratley wisely backs off, gets back to his feet.
So both of Peterson's points coming on the escape. Riding time 1:31 in favor of Spratley, giving him an effective 3-point lead here in the third with 90 seconds to go.
JB, you start to wonder here, who's feeling more confident, because Peterson knows I was in this position in November, and you wonder, you start to wonder, is Spratley saying, okay, is he going to freeze up here?
Yeah, you know, Peterson's shots haven't been really clean. He got in on the one take down on the leg attack in the second period, which ended up in a stalemate. I think he's trying to get some attempts, but Spratley's wisely just staying in position, controlling wrist, thumb blocking. He doesn't really have to take any risks here.
Just a minute left.
Here's the thing, we talk about pressing the pace. This is the moment here, if you're Troy Spratley, where you got to go get it. You've put the proverbial nail in the coffin if you can go get an additional stalling call or one more takedown.
At some point, Peterson's got to attack here. He's got to just break through it and attack.
He's got to start a sprint now. It's 30 seconds left. You got to go let it fly. Stalling's not going to help you. He's got to get a takedown in order to win this match.
25 seconds here on the leadoff spot at 125 pounds. Oklahoma State has not defeated Iowa in dual action in almost 7 years. February 24th, 2019 here in Stillwater, and it's 11 seconds to decide a winner.
11 seconds, you got to take that last time they wrestled. And this crowd is on its feet.
Peterson's got to force the action. Stall warning against Spratley. 5 seconds to go. It's a 3-point lead, and Troy Spratley gets his revenge from November.
Troy Spratley wrestled a smart match. He wrestled within his means. He continued to move forward, got the points, and was stingy on his defense. A fantastic start for this dual meet for the Okie State Pokes.
Yeah, he did a great job. You know, on the strength of that first period takedown, came out firing, got the takedown early, continued to work through positions, was wise.